Well, hey there, I'm Bryce, and today we are looking at the last day of the church. Not the last day of the church as a whole, just the last day of looking at here on these online devotions that we have for the week. And what we're looking at today is this section from Ephesians 4, talking about the church and how it's equipped. And one of the great ways that it starts here is in verse 9 through 16. It just starts listing off these titles of apostle, pastor, shepherd. And it says that he gave these to equip the saints. You're like, okay, so we're equipping saints. That sounds great. They're good people. They need to do stuff. That actually is us. Earlier in Christianity, the word Christian wasn't a thing. And so how did they refer to those that were within Christ was actually as a saint. And so they have all these people that are equipped, and it's actually for you and I, that we can be equipped and make sure that we know what it is that we're supposed to do and the role that we are to play in order, then it says later on that verse, to build up those within the faith. And so we're to take this knowledge that we have and to build each other up, because then it goes on to say that we want to make sure that we have a maturity so we're not being tossed back to and fro like children from these ideas that we have within false doctrines, fake teachings, that we're not being led astray and that we're able to hold our ground and not deceived by things. And part of the big reason of why we want to have this built up body is, again, the imagery it has there of being tossed to and fro. Because if you think of being on harsh waters, if you have a crew who doesn't know what they're doing, there's a good chance that you're going to be capsized. And so within each person knowing their role that they're going to play and being mature within it and knowing it, then what they're going to be able to do is be able to save each other and make sure that each one is supporting the other, be able to ride through some rough waves. And so what rough waves do we have in our lives? Just as the scripture says, there's so many things around us that are trying to deceive us, to pull us away from Christ. And so spiritually, we need to make sure that we know what it is that we can do to rely with each other and to support each other. And so is it that you're supposed to hit the sail, that you're supposed to help steer the ship? What is your role? Now think through that. That's a huge thing to be able to know, because ultimately it says then we're supposed to go and to have the word of love to help support each other. And that's going to be the biggest thing that we're going to have to really show the fact that we are a good, mature body is the word of love in truth. Be truthful, have love. It's a hard concept to do both of these together. But when you do, you can have some amazing things done. And that's one of the awesome things that we have within Christ, is to be able to show love in truth. We're able to build each other up, to help get each other through these rough waves, and to look forward to what it is that Christ has in store for each and every single one of us. Well, thank you for joining in today. We look forward to seeing you on Sunday, and for us to conclude this thing, looking at the conquest and the awesome stuff that God has in store for us. Thanks.